Ivy, I knew I'd find you!
You're pretty excited about a can of soap.
Yeah, it's a can of soap. Just like you're a plumber. 10 years of research. Millions invested. It's the next wonder of the world. You want a screw engine? This is it. The crown jewels. They lose control of this, they got nothing. They're dinosaur embryos, honey. Don't tell me you thought we were after shaving cream.
Dinosaurs? I don't understand.
You don't need to understand. That'll keep them fresh.
Hello and good evening and welcome to 60 Second Gamer. I am joined by Mr. Simon Pryor.
Hello.
And Mr. Richard Hatton.
It could be any time of the day.
It could be. Whichever. I'm sure we've done this before, you know.
I was going to pick him up on it.
I saw you restrain.
And I thought, no, I'm going to sip my
All
orange
right,
juice.
then. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon.
Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye. We've done that before.
Yeah. Good night, we'll talk you off to sleep. Today we are talking, or this evening, or this afternoon, this morning.
On this episode.
Yes, there you go. On this episode, we are talking about the truly horrendous Jurassic Park the game by Telltale Video Games, or whatever they're called.
Just Telltale games.
Telltale, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
The story of this is supposed to be, it starts off during the film.
May I quote from Wikipedia?
Go on, carry on here.
It's an episodic point-and-click adventure role-playing video
It's
game.
not really a point and click at all.
But no,
It has the essence of a point and click.
it's an evolution of the point-and-click genre.
Alright, maybe.
It is essentially point-and-click, but with more clicking than pointing.
Yeah, it's more clicking of your fingers and the
Yes.
controllers
Clicking of your jaw.
than actual pointing.
Yeah, gnarling your teeth.
There's some pointing when you point in utter fury at the screen. But carry on, sorry.
That's all I was going to say. Do the story, go on.
Oh, well, and fine. That's just a quoting done.
It's episodic.
I thought you were going to quote the story, but never mind.
No.
It's
That's your
based.
job.
Yeah, okay.
You've played it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, apparently, the first episode was expected to be released in April 2011, but was pushed back to November.
Where they released every single episode at once, all 4 of them, I do believe.
With all 4 episodes at once.
Unless you've spat on your iPad. So I
Yeah.
just have to point that out. I was trying to read that bit there,
I
and it was
usually-
blocked by your
I
spittoon.
usually gob all over my iPad. It's used to it.
Fine. There are 4 episodes, which has become sort of a staple of Telltale's.
The Walking Dead's 5.
Oh, of course, yeah, no, sorry, yeah. Back to the Future, and this one only had 4.
Was Back to the Future only 4?
Yeah, it was only 4 episodes.
I thought it was 5.
I'm sure it was 5.
I thought it was only 4.
Keep talking, and I'm going to look it up.
The story, it starts off just before the dinosaurs escape in the film. You don't see any of the characters from the film at all. They're not even hinted at. I can't remember any of the character names. They're that memorable. And it then takes place after the film as well, where there's something about the people who are supposed to meet Nedry. Is it 5?
It is 5 for
Oh,
Back to the
sorry,
Future.
my bad. I thought it was only 4.
You are useless, Anthony. You are sacked.
Fine.
We'll just get another you.
I'll take all my music with me then.
Carry on.
Up yours.
Carry on. We'll just use auto music.
Fine.
No one will be able to tell the difference.
Oh!
Oh no, you did.
That was a burn.
You
Blackguard.
No.
swine!
I don't mean it. I
As
honestly
you can
don't.
tell, we've gone for the non-swearing approach, which is why I'm twitching. Anyway, there's something about some. Is she Puerto Rican? I'm not sure. She Mexican? I don't know what she is.
It's one of them crazy Hispanic stereotypes.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
It looks
Who's she?
Nima Cruz.
There you go.
Oh, God, gone
Oh,
over it again.
that is extreme.
Oh dear.
Soaking. Oh,
It's because you're drinking orange juice.
Yeah.
It gets the glands.
yeah. It's like chocolate. It sets your saliva glands off like
Yeah.
clappers.
But it's good for me.
Yeah. You play as her, who's supposed to meet...
Miles Chadwick, voiced by Jared Emerson Johnson.
He gets...
And there's also Jerry Harding, voiced by John Curry, and his daughter Jess, voiced by Heather Hudson.
Who is extremely forgettable and really annoying.
Miles is killed, spoiler alert.
Those two...
This is all on Wikipedia, so...
yeah, those two are... Like, the one chap is a park ranger, and he brings his daughter along for, I think they're divorced, I'm not sure. Not the father and the daughter. The father's divorced from the mother somewhere along the way.
If the father was divorced from his daughter,
That's just disgusting.
That could happen.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah.
in this post-Jimmy Savile era.
Yeah. And they get wound up in the catastrophe.
Yes.
That is the power being turned off. The woman,
So are they just trying to get off the island? Is that?
well, it's the same as every bloody Jurassic
so
Park
they're trying to get off the island.
story.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
The Puerto Rican woman is supposed to meet Nedry, but because he's late, they go to the scene where he is killed off, which is sort of like very frustrating because you spend the whole scene
very frustrating
when they're looking for the canister, going, it's there, it's right there in the mud. You don't have to check the car.
Don't know that.
I know, but it's really frustrating. It's like you spend 10 minutes searching this whole area. Like, I could tell you where it is. I could save you a lot of time. Oh,
it's dramatic.
it really
effect.
isn't. It really isn't dramatic at all. But
No, I'm not saying it is dramatic. I'm saying they're using it for dramatic
and
effect.
suddenly there's like 6 Dilophosauruses as well out of nowhere. It's like
Dilophosauri,
yeah, could
maybe.
be. Yeah,
Compsognathus.
yeah,
I'm not going back to that.
They're not in it actually.
No.
Surprisingly,
They're in Jurassic Park 2.
yes, the
That's
Lost
well.
They
Wind.
jump on a young child.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a hunter man who goes off.
Pete Postlethwaite.
No, not him.
No, he's in it though.
Oh yeah, no, he's in it. Yeah, but it's not him.
Oh, that's not him.
And they get caught up in it because the one chap gets killed, and she ends up running away and falling down a cliff, which is quite amusing at the very beginning because if you get it wrong, she sort of falls back first onto a boulder and just goes, like, oh, that's your back snapped. There's also, they send in a recovery team as well who are quite clearly expendable. And most of them get killed off. And there you're left with one big burly chap, some other young rookie chap as well,
Yes.
whose names I've completely forgotten because they're really not that memorable at all. And by fate, they all get woven in together and end up searching for this scientist whose name, again, I've forgotten, Dr. Clark, I want to say, which is the usual name they go for.
Billy Yoda. Awesome.
Billy Yoda, that's the one. That's the young
Dr.
chap.
Yoda.
Dr. Yoda.
Dr. Sorkin.
Dr. Sorkin, there
You
you
weren't
go.
even close with Clark.
Nope.
Yeah. Anyway,
Who ends up...
come on, one story.
No. It's very hard to try and remember it all. And then
Well, don't remember it. Just give us the cliff.
it's all sort of backstabbing and supposed plot twists.
Because obviously, if you give too much of the story away, then it's a waste of time people playing it. Which
I'm trying to save people their time and money,
well,
which is the whole reason why I haven't deleted it because I spent money on it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to play it again to get my money's worth out of it.
the okay, so split into 4 episodes. They visit locations that weren't in the film.
Yes,
correct?
there's a broken down. Well, not a broken down. It's an unfinished roller coaster,
Yeah.
which leads to a showdown with dinosaurs. They don't say the name of, which I think it's in episode 1, I think, or 2. No, 2. Sorry. Essentially, they look like cheap rip-offs of raptors, but there you go. And there's also an underwater section as well, an aquatic area, which was not even mentioned in the film. But I would imagine they probably had one if they'd got that far. Which has, again, a dinosaur I'm not particularly familiar with. But that's probably the only clever bit of the entire game, to be honest with you. Most of it is just like, oh, okay. Fine. Oh, and the standing still with the T-Rex, but I'll go into that when we get into gameplay.
Graphics.
Referring
back to a video we watched years ago.
Yeah.
He had a cold doing the voiceover, so why do the voiceover if you've got a cold? And then just randomly shout, graphics!
Well, he didn't so much randomly shout it, we just fast-forwarded to that point where he went, graphics! Like, what?
It was very out of context.
It was, but...
highly amusing.
Yes.
Graphically speaking, how would you rate this? You played the PS3 version. Have you played it on any other of the many consoles?
Is it
No,
on
I
any other
haven't.
consoles?
I think
It is
it's
available
on Xbox.
It's
isn't
on
it?
Xbox and Mac and PC.
Yeah. I'd imagine they're probably not very similar from one another, to be honest, because the graphics
Dissimilar.
weren't... Dissimilar, sorry.
Yeah.
The graphics weren't all that, to be honest with you. They were very typical Telltale graphics, like
Right.
the character designs and whatever. From what I've seen of The Walking Dead as well, that it follows that similar sort of pattern with the character designs and graphics. Quite frankly, spent most of the game breaking and
Yeah.
not really working very well at all. Much like most of it, to be honest.
The bits I've seen didn't seem that
No,
impressive.
I'm-
I've been playing through The Walking Dead, and that's better.
Yeah, I mean,
But then again, I appreciate the source material a bit more than
Yeah.
I do Jurassic Park. I have
but
to
there's
say.
well, see, this is like one of my favourite films of all time. I grew up
It's out
watching
in
this
3D
film.
next year.
Is it really?
Yeah, in the
Oh,
cinemas.
for the love of...
I will go and see it because I didn't watch it all the way through at the cinema the first time round.
We went to see the anniversary edition, so I probably will go and see it in 3D just because I want to see it again in the cinemas.
I
but
can't
there
see
you
what
go.
the 3D would add to it. but
Absolutely
For another
boggle.
That's for
No,
something.
Yeah.
but it's the 20th anniversary because it was out in '93. So
Oh, you said they've already had one anniversary. And that was 15 years, wasn't it? I think.
Probably,
Or something
yeah.
like- I don't know. Anyway,
2008.
but yeah, the graphic, like there's bits where like, you know, when it sort of like cuts to a different scene, you will see that the animation hasn't quite started before it's cut to it. It's sort of like catching someone doing a naughty in their bedroom, and then them suddenly stopping. It's that sort of thing. Like it'll be frozen, and then they'll suddenly start moving. It's like, you could have sorted that out before you released it. It's just very, and some of the textures are a bit iffy in places as well. Like they disappear and then they reappear, and they don't quite load properly. It's like,
Yep.
ooh, you've rushed this for some reason. There's no particular reason why you've rushed it, but you have.
Yeah.
I mean, was it released the same year as it was back in the cinema? I don't think it was it?
2011. So no.
No, it was the year before. Oh no, it was. I don't know. I can't remember. For some godforsaken reason, they did a half-assed job on. I'm trying to keep on topic. I'm doing my best.
Gameplay and controls. So it's essentially Heavy Rain Light, isn't it?
Yeah, essentially. I
Is
mean,
there any-
get
do you have
to
any
control
control?
the characters?
no, you don't get that sort of
They're on,
privilege.
they're on rails.
Yeah, very much
So
so.
basically, it's a slightly interactive movie.
yeah, I mean,
Dragon's Lair for the new generation.
you can sort of choose which direction you want them to
Yeah.
walk. Like, say, if you stood still in an area, I suppose this is sort of the point and click bit. You can sort of move your character's viewpoint around, and little arrows will come up, so if they can walk off screen to somewhere, and then they'll just walk off and go to wherever they're supposed to go. You can, if you have conversations with people, you can choose what you say to them. I don't know if it has any relevance because you can choose every single one as many times as you like. So there's no real effect on the story at all. You just find out more information. That's about it, really. The QuickTime events are shoddy. I think. Whereas Heavy Rain, you literally felt the panic of, Christ, I've got to press this button in like half a second, or I'm going to die, or whatever, or someone else.
Tap it.
Yeah, something dramatic will happen to the story, but in this, it sort of pops up, and you've got like, I'd say probably
Ages.
about half a minute, 30 seconds to press it. It's like you could just casually go. There's no sense of timing or panic or skill or anything.
No
It
urgency.
it doesn't get your adrenaline pumping, which something like Jurassic Park, especially when there's a bit where the velociraptors...
It's short.
Yeah, there's a bit where the velociraptors start chasing them, and you don't really feel as though you're connected to it. You just sort of feel like you're watching it and going, oh, okay, then. Fair enough. And I think there was one, you get like mundane tasks. I think there was one where you had to put this lysine, I think it is, which, or something to stop this lysine, which killed the dinosaurs off after a certain period of time or whatever, or they could do something,
Yeah.
release acid into their, I don't know, something like that. I didn't really explain it very
This
well.
is very well researched, isn't it? It's something into this something. I don't know.
Oh, this just proves how badly written the game is, because
Well,
you just...
we'll get some Metacritic style reviews.
you
at the
forget
end.
it almost instantly, but you end up having to sort of like herd these, I can't remember what they're called again.
Dinosaurs, just call them
Yeah, dinosaurs into these herbivores into this pen by blasting horns at them or something, or it's to make them mate or something like that. It's essentially just goes, "Purr." It's like, Oh, right. Oh, no, sorry, no, it's mating calls even. My bad. But still, it's like, why am I doing... This is Jurassic Park. I should be...
Perhaps that's
trying
what I did
to-
in Jurassic Park. If you were the lowest of the low.
That's what you did, yeah.
What do you do? Oh,
I blow the horn.
I herd these dinosaurs into their pens.
Cracking.
And I make love to him.
Or you mate with them.
I put my head up there.
I ain't going there.
I'm not even going to go
Not
there.
again.
But, yeah, it's just... It just doesn't feel like Jurassic Park.
No.
It really doesn't at all. And it's a shame because it should. When I first heard about this game, I thought, oh, that's going to be ace. Quite clearly not. It's just the complete opposite.
You were.
Yes. Very,
Soundtrack.
very wrong. Again, rubbish. It's this horrible MIDI orchestra that's been so badly written and so hot. I don't know what the composer was
On
going
a scale of 1 to blast.
It's probably Blast.
Blast, wow.
Blast levels, yeah, it's awful.
Ooh.
It's like he's trying to emulate John Williams, but very, very, very badly. And then to what, like, you get the end credits, or in like big
Action
wow
scenes.
moments, you'll get the Jurassic Park theme, which is the actual theme coming. You think, oh, this is a considerable difference, and the sound breaks an awful lot as well. Like, characters will be talking normally, and then suddenly they'll go like this, and then go back to normal again. It's like, what? And the music will do the same
It'd be like
as well.
Austin Powers when he's unfrozen. How do I control the volume of my voice?
And there was another. The music will sometimes just cut out as well in big action sequences, which just leaves it feeling hollow and dead. Like, oh, what's going on?
Dead.
Oh,
You
another thing I
correctly.
didn't mention in gameplay, which I said I would, was
Yeah.
the T-Rex bit standing still, which I suppose is quite clever because you sort of have this little circle, and then you have a circle in the middle of it, and then another circle moving round, and you have to get that circle into the middle one so that they stand still. Otherwise, the T-Rex will go, "Ha ha! Dinner!" Nom.
So it's like
Which-
it's basically a mini game.
Essentially,
In
yes.
monkey ball voice.
Yeah, it's just. Although it is quite funny feeding the girl to the T-Rex several times because she gets right on your norks. She really does. Like, you're a kleptomaniac teenager. What are you doing in Jurassic Park? I don't get it. She even steals something from someone else partway through, and I can't remember what it is. But it's like, oh, what's going on?
You can't remember a lot about this.
No, I can't. Well, the
I-
last time I played it was December last year, which says a lot.
Okay.
And I'm going to wait until December this year to play it again.
Maybe we're doing this review at the wrong time then.
Maybe,
But,
yeah.
hey
Never
ho.
mind.
So yeah, Jurassic Park the game has received mixed reviews.
Do you know why? Did you hear about the story about
Oh, yeah.
the developers
Go on.
going onto Metacritic and
Oh.
rating it 10?
Yeah.
And then everyone found out and rated it purposely before even playing it, rated it as low as they possibly could.
Aggregating review websites, Game Rankings and Metacritic gave the Xbox 360 version 64.09% and 60 out of 100 respectively. The PC version is about 55 out of 100.
So why is the Xbox version so bad?
And the PlayStation 3 version, 54.5% or 53 out of 100. I don't know why the Xbox One's so better, so much better.
Perhaps they fixed it.
Maybe, yeah.
IGN said the game is Jurassic Park is a meandering tale of forgettable characters getting lost in a park that is far less wondrous than the one we saw on the silver screen, and gave it 5.5 out of 10.
I think that was generous.
Yeah, I'd have given it like maybe 2 or 3.
Noob Alert was decidedly more favourable. Who's Noob Alert?
Noob alert. No, it's noob alert.
Noob Alert. Assigning it a score of 7 out of 10, saying, when you approach Jurassic Park more like an interactive movie than a modern game, it really is a lot of fun.
I approached it as an interactive movie because that's what I thought it was, and I still didn't have any fun on it.
Richard Cobbett of PC Gamer UK gave it an unfavourable review of 41 out of 100, calling the game a barely interactive movie that asks nothing of you but the most basic of motor functions, taking issue with the gameplay taking a backseat to the plot, which he described as a hammy but watchable sequel to the first movie.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
It was reported by OneUp.com that the development staff wrote favourable user reviews for the game on Metacritic without disclosing their affiliation to the game. So,
Yeah, there it is, yeah.
They were very naughty.
yeah.
Very, very naughty.
Which is a shame because, you know, having played the Back to the Future game, that was actually surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I mean, it had a few issues in it, but,
Oh, yeah, but
you know, it was
Like
still...
Christopher Lloyd playing a 16-year-old version of himself.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Oh, bye.
And I'm going, I can't see what I'm actually pointing at. There's too much to look at, but that's for another podcast.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but it strikes me as odd that they did a good job on that.
And The Walking Dead as well. They've done a
and The Walking
fantastic
Dead.
job on The Walking Dead.
They've obviously got pedigree,
Yeah.
and then they churn out Craposaurus Rex.
I'm wondering if they actually rushed this one out.
Possibly.
It
Because The
seems
Walking
that
Dead,
way.
they were looking at releasing an episode a month, and then they missed. Episode 2 was delayed by about 2.5 months. So I think the fact that they just bundled all this together, the fact that they released it all 4 episodes together as well, indicates to me that it was just like, oh, let's get it out there. I think there may have been some studio pressure.
I wonder if it is they got it out because it was out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And they were trying to ride the wave of potential popularity and nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because there's a
But by
preview.
comparison, GoldenEye, the game, came out 2 years after the film, and they didn't need the film to release a good game.
I mean, there's a preview of the game on the Blu-ray's special features. So presumably they rode that tidal wave and then unfortunately sank at the very last hurdle. Because it looked promising when I first saw it, but
Oh yeah, it looks promising.
and then actually, because I watched the trailers and thought, oh my god, this looks ace. Because all the dinosaurs look identical to their film counterparts and sound identical. They've captured the dinosaurs. Probably another good thing about it, they captured the dinosaurs perfectly.
Yeah.
Like they put them, as with every Jurassic Park game, the most detail went into the dinosaurs, which I suppose you have to really, don't you? Because they're sort of the star of the show.
That's
But
it.
apart from that, it's just, I don't know. I'm bringing in these nocturnal dinosaurs out of nowhere. It's like, don't destroy the canon of the film, because they weren't in the films. If they were, they'd have been.
The whole point of the game, though, is to expand on the film, not repeat the film.
I know, but they're sort of like they're in like the visitor centre and things like that, where the main characters
they're allowed
have
to
been.
be. Just because you only see certain zombies.
Zombies.
Different game.
Now, that's what happens to the audience afterwards.
Yeah, just because you see only a certain number of dinosaurs in Jurassic Park the film doesn't necessarily mean those are the only dinosaurs on the island.
No, I understand that. It's
So-
just they were running
And
loose,
you
and
you
it
give them carte. I mean, bear in mind they're doing a story that interacts with the original film and goes off on its own tangent.
I suppose, but
They've got carte blanche to do exactly what they want. If they want to introduce some new dinosaurs that weren't in the film, then they can.
maybe, yeah, I suppose.
Do you moan about Jurassic Park 2 and 3 having different dinosaurs in?
No, because
And the fact that they in Jurassic Park 3 they retconned the Velociraptor thing because they've got like they.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. But
And
actually, no.
feathers as well.
In the Lost World's defence and Jurassic Park 3, they were on a different island, so they could have got away with
Yes.
that. But this one's on the very same island as the first film.
Yeah,
so
but we
it's-
only see a small segment of said island.
I suppose, but
Not that we're trying to defend this not particularly good
Violent.
game.
rubbish. But yeah, no, I suppose. But it's just while you're looking at, it, can I find out what those dinosaurs were called?
No. Fun factor.
Fine.
You can look at it after we've finished.
Yeah.
Well, I want to tell the people what they're
See,
called.
well,
If
it
people
doesn't matter.
are that bothered by...
Go on the Wikipedia
Go on
page. It's on here.
Wikipedia, yeah.
There's a Trudon.
Yeah.
The Mosasaur. There's other
Trodon. I think that's the
Velociraptors. Parasaurolophus.
could be them.
Parasaurolophus. And there's the Herrerasaurus.
Oh, that's the one that attacks them on the roller coaster.
yeah. There's the
Herrerasaurus.
Pteranodon. Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Dilophosaurus. There we go.
Are you happy now?
No, because I still don't know what it was called, but there you go. But there were these little nocturnal ones are a bit weird and wonderful, and they laid their eggs and made their nest in people.
Oh, the
I'd probably say it was...
Parasaurolophus.
Oh, that's the one you
That's
use the mating call. That's
yeah,
it.
The mating. Right. Okay.
That's the mating call one. You're struggling a little bit pressing buttons
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Can we not talk about dinosaurs?
Anyway.
Well, we are
So
talking
the-
about Jurassic
Yeah,
Park.
the fun factor. The fun factor.
There isn't really much at all, to be honest, apart from seeing the dinosaurs. That's about it, really.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being good and 1 being oh dear.
A
I'd
great
never-
bit. That is one big pile of...
Yeah.
Dinosaur doo-doo.
Yeah.
2. Only because of the dinosaurs being in it.
Okay.
It raises the factor a little bit, but apart from
Actually,
that.
5 should be that first majestic shot of the bracket.
Yeah, that does.
Anyway,
You
and Sam
crazy son
Neill,
of a... You did it.
Sam Neill sits down and goes,
It looks like he's sort of having a bit of a stroke when he does
Yeah.
that.
"Oh, head between your legs." No.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. Anyway.
Okay, so 2 out of 5. And 3 games we'd recommend if you played this game and want something better.
If you've got the taste of Telltale and want to see what they've done.
So obviously the obvious one would be Back to the Future by Telltale, which preceded this game.
Yes, which was very good.
Yeah, and
had
Walking
I'd
Dead.
say it was good.
Yeah, and had a very believable
Back to the Future story.
No, what's his name? It's gone again.
Marty.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the actor's
Michael J.
name.
Fox.
Thank you.
Michael J. Fox was in it.
But he just wasn't playing Marty. I mean, it was a very.
Yeah.
You couldn't really tell the difference when he was actually.
He did play
in.
Marty. He played an older version.
Yeah, he didn't play the current one.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Monkey Island. Now, do we have a preference for which one? The original Tales of Monkey Island?
Did Telltale
sequels?
do a version of Monkey Island?
No, this is just because it's a point and click.
Oh no! I mean, did they do a version of
LucasArts
it?
have done.
Oh right,
Monkey
okay.
Islands.
I quite like the third one.
I don't think I've played the third one.
I've never played.
There's
any of them.
Murray, the skull, the evil skull. It's quite funny. He's just you blast his head off his body and you go around. What's your name then? I'm Murray. I think he shows up throughout the rest of the game then. But
I've only ever
I don't know, you'd
seen.
probably say any of them.
Yeah.
Yes, they're all pretty good anyway.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen the bits that you've played when I've come around yours. That's about it.
Yeah, and finally Heavy Rain, because this is basically Heavy Rain without the ability to
for the
move your
uninitiated
Yeah.
of Heavy Rain.
Yeah,
And without the adult story.
and the nudity.
Yeah.
Somewhat less morbid than Heavy Rain.
Yeah. So Jurassic Park overall, give it a 2 out of 5 in fun. You're probably best off playing anything else that Telltale have ever made.
Yeah. If you want a good Jurassic Park game, check out Operation Genesis. Or, if you have an iPhone, Jurassic Park Builder, which is strangely addictive. A simplistic version of Operation Genesis.
But for your iPhone.
Yes. Or iPad.
Internal operating system device.
Yes.
Tablet.
iOS.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. Is that what it means?
Yes.
Okay. I never knew. I thought it was just a jumble of letters, knowing Apple.
Yeah. Okay then, that wraps things up. Thank you for listening if you have been. If you want to get in touch, drop us an email, info@randomstoke.com. You can also find all our previous videos on randomstoke.com. Very shortly there will be announcements around Christmas.
Surprise!
Regarding the shop, maybe. There may be something on the shop page on the website.
We have a shop?
Yeah, it says there's nothing on here. Please, please enjoy this empty page. So it says,
I'm sure many people do.
yeah,
Especially people with
this is
life.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like this empty.
This is
But
a
the
lovely
colour is
page.
very nice. It's filling me with
Dread.
Fullness.
Yeah. And you can also get us on Twitter @HugeGreenburger is my Twitter feed, and that's where most of the
abuse.
the discussion of Random Stoke products and productions goes.
I'm on
but
Twitter as well.
I'm giving you a chance, but bear with me. And there's also the official @Random Stoke Twitter feed where we just say when videos have gone live and stuff. And Ant also has Twitter.
What's my thing?
I don't know.
Gothic Dude, I think. Or Gothic _Dude.
You said I'm on Twitter too, but you can't remember your own.
I haven't
username.
looked at it in a very, very long
You don't
time.
know your own handle.
No.
I'm not on Twitter because I'm one of the hardcore.
Yeah.
I've got Facebook, that's it.
And you can also get Random Start on Facebook where we post a few pictures from our latest videos and news.
We
and
tease you,
projects. Yeah.
tease you with them.
Yep. So check us out and subscribe if you like. It's very much appreciated. So we'll be back. We'll be back in a few days, assuming that there isn't a massive catastrophe that
And
prevents us from uploading videos.
Let's hope we all don't die on the 21st of December.
Well, this will be going out
Tomorrow.
this week. So this will be going out well in advance of the 21st.
No,
of
that's
December,
all right
so
then.
it's fine. People
Cracking.
will hear your words before then.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
But yeah.
poor
Find us on Facebook. Subscribe to the Facebook page. Find us on YouTube, youtube.com/randomstoked, and subscribe to the videos on there. The video review for this game is also on there at the same time as this podcast. So go and watch that and put our viewing figures through the roof. Thank you.
You did take a breath during that then.
Yes.
I thought you were going to do it in one breath.
No. So thank you for listening, and we'll be back soon with another episode. Goodbye.
Ta-da.
This has been a Random Stoke production. Please visit www.randomstoke.com for more.